Today we are going to talk about the anatomy of an Excel worksheet along with the layout of Microsoft's VBA editor. We are going to start with looking at the quick access toolbar, which is this section here. This is where you will be able to select your undo, your redo, autosave, and home. There is also an additional menu here where you can add other icons to your quick access toolbar. One very popular term that you will see referenced in Excel is the ribbon. The ribbon refers to this section here, which are all the main menus and tabs within the Excel worksheet. Right above the ribbon, as you'll see here, is the title bar. This will tell you the current name of your Excel worksheet. Here is what is referred to as your address bar. This is a section of the worksheet that tells you what's currently selected within the worksheet. As you can see, the address bar is reflecting E2, which is the current cell that is highlighted. Now we will look at the fill handle. With this cell selected, the fill handle is this little square here. This one is a really cool tool if you are wanting to drag a formula. This is one that will help you do that in an instant. Let's also look at this particular cell. When you have a cell that is highlighted or a group of cells that is highlighted, that is your active cell or cells. We'll then move on to the column. As you can see, I have now highlighted column E, which means that all cells from the top to the bottom of the worksheet in column E are now highlighted. We'll go ahead and do the same for the row. I have now selected row 1. The cells within the first row are highlighted within the worksheet. Now we'll take a look at the worksheet tabs. As you add tabs, you'll see that they are added here at the bottom. You can name them as you see fit according to the purpose of that particular tab. Right below that is the status bar. The status bar outlines what is currently going on within your worksheet. When you have totals in a cell, so let's just test this out here. If you highlight those items, within your status bar, you will see the average, the count, and the sum. This is a tool that is very important. A lot of people don't notice that when they are highlighting numbers or amounts within their Excel worksheet, they can get the average, the count, and the sum right here within the status bar. So one thing to mention is that when you have selected different areas within the ribbon, as you can see here, the data, the formulas, the page layout tabs, you will be able to identify additional functions under each submenu. One key function that I have found a lot of people do not know how to locate it and where it exists is the colors function. Now, I don't know why Microsoft has this under the page layout, but now you moving forward will know how to change the colors. So if you're working with a financial dashboard or any sort of graphs or charts within Excel, here is where you will change your color scheme. Now we're going to take a look at some very common areas of an Excel worksheet. The scroll bar. As you can see, when I am not in scroll mode, I would say, that scroll bar is not visible. However, the second that I select or hover over an edge of the Excel worksheet, it will reappear. As you can see here, it is not visible. When I hover, it is available. This is what is referred to as a scroll bar. You have one that will take you top to bottom of the worksheet, and then you have another that will take you left to right at the bottom. Grid lines are another function within an Excel worksheet. They are actually defaulted when you open a worksheet to appear. Grid lines are these lines here. They're kind of like the gray background lines that you are seeing. I particularly do not like grid lines. Whenever I am working on a spreadsheet or any sort of financial dashboard, or even when I'm just working on anything in Excel, I hide the grid lines because I just think it makes for a cleaner view, a cleaner report, especially when you're dealing with data that has a lot of numbers. So to remove your grid lines, you will go to View, and then you will unselect grid lines. And that just gives you a blank slate. And this is truly what I like to work with whenever I'm in Excel. Let's take a look at your row heading. Your row heading are numerical values starting from 1 all the way down to, I believe it defaults to the very bottom. Let's just double check that number. There we go. 1,048,576 rows. The last thing that we will take a look at here is the formula bar. This is where you will enter any formulas within your Excel worksheet. Now you guys work with me. This is my first video here, so I'm going to work on getting a better selector where I can highlight all these things as we're going along. But for this first one, just roll with me here. All right, so we have our formula bar there. And then right below our formula bar are our column headings. As you can see here, those are alphabetical from A, and the default in an Excel worksheet is XFD. Last but not least, to close this video out, I want to show a very important tool that I use frequently when I am working within Excel worksheets that have many tabs. If you come to this section of the worksheet, I don't know this one has a particular name, but if you come to this section here and you right click, you will be able to navigate between your sheets very, very easily. So let's say I had 20 tabs on this particular worksheet. I would be able to go from tab 19 to tab 1 fairly quickly by just clicking on this area here. All right, guys, now we'll move on to the Microsoft VBA editor. As we go further along in these videos and our topics get a little more complex, we're going to take a look at VBA coding, and that is found within your developer tab. Once you click on the developer tab, we are now going to take a look at Microsoft's Visual Basic. This is where you input VBA codes whenever you are using them. When you are adding a VBA code, you would go ahead and go to Insert Module, and that provides this pop-up window, which is referred to as the code window. And this is where you would go ahead and either type in, create from scratch, or paste a VBA code. Here we have the menu bar. Then we have our toolbar. Then we move down to the Project Explorer, the code window, and the Windows property. The properties window, should I say. All right, guys, that is it for the anatomy of an Excel worksheet, along with the layout and anatomy of Microsoft's VBA editor.